So what food staples did I keep in my fridge and my pantry while I lost my 170 pounds? Hey folks, my name's Allie. Let's get started. It's finally getting to be spring and I'm real excited about it. It's like 70 degrees. Feels good. Feels nice. Loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So as the intro said, today I'm going to go grocery shopping and buy basically what I've been doing for the past like 2 months or so. But I'm going to also show you while I'm at the grocery store, we're at Food Line today, the staples that I kept with me that helped me lose weight. These are definitely on the lazier side of keto. There are people out there who will shun some of these foods, and that's okay. It's up to however you approach the diet. I wasn't lazy keto when I started out by any means. I mean, I logged and I measured everything and I tried to be as unprocessed as I could, but I still needed some of these just easy foods in my life at the time. And I still do eat a few processed foods. I mean, I eat, peanuts that have lots of, probably chemically seasonings on them. But I've definitely incorporated more natural and just fresher food overall that actually has to be prepared and isn't like pre-prepared kind of thing. And just remember that in any keto guru's video, blog, forum, whatever, Facebook posts, they are going to change what they do day to day, week by week, month by month, year by year. I mean, my keto approach has changed so much and so many times, from starting out to getting towards my goal to being in maintenance. Just you change it based on what your needs are. So this is just how I did it towards the beginning and middle of my weight loss journey. And I just want to show you what you should keep at home if you are starting a ketogenic lifestyle, maybe some ideas for you to stock up your pantry and your fridge. Well, okay, enough talking. Let's go ahead and go shopping. So it's always a good idea to have just some dressings on hand. I really do like this Simply Vinaigrette Greek, and also I'm just a ranch fan. So oftentimes I just have ranch. I really like buffalo ranch sitting in my fridge. So it's kind of a thing that I just keep around still, even on maintenance mode. A lot of recipes will often call for just plain old white vinegar or apple cider vinegar, so I say it's always a good idea to have a bit of those around, especially if you like to cook recipes. And of course, olive oil is great for frying things up real quick or just adding flavor to dishes. I really like olive oil with avocado and salt and pepper. That was kind of featured in one of my favorite keto snack videos. Now they do say you shouldn't fry on a high heat in olive oil. I do. That's just my secret. It's not really a secret. And I do actually have a jar of this Luana coconut oil at home, but I never use it, so I don't even bother with it. But again, a lot of people on keto do like to keep coconut oil around because you can cook at higher temperatures with that. So for like meat salads, like tuna salad, chicken salad, it's always great to have mayonnaise on hand. And people are like, well, you shouldn't get the store-bought stuff, but I don't mind. I just use either the Dukes or the Hellmann's. Same goes for most hot sauces. Like I love me some Texas Pete. Do not have to log that. I don't even think it has nutritional information. Some hot sauces do, like sriracha will have a couple grams of carbs, I believe. So it just depends, but they're great. They add lots of flavor without adding much nutritional differences to your food. Always great to have mustard on hand. It adds so much flavor without adding carbs or calories or anything, and you don't even have to log it. It's such a great staple to have with you. And this is one of my favorite aisles, is the spice aisle, because you can just add so much flavor to meats without adding, again, any nutritional differences, really. So I'm a big fan of spice blends. I keep some Old Bay around for fish. I really like this Cavender's for chicken and pork. I really like Slap Your Mama, the white blend. So find a spice blend that you like. Look and try and find nutritional info. Oftentimes, if there is none listed, I assume that means that there's not enough nutritional info there that's going to actually affect anything. So I just buy all the spice blends. And I also suggest finding recipes online about how to make certain ethnic food spice blends. For example, I like to mix my own fajita mix or taco mix, and you can just kind of Google those, but I keep like chili powder, cumin, curry powder, cayenne powder, all that. I just mix it up and it turns out to be like a taco seasoning basically. So I love me some garlic salt. I love cinnamon for when I used to do my sweet omelets. I've made a whole video on how to make like a keto-friendly pancake. Ground cumin's always good for adding just that hint of flavor that, you know, I can't even describe it, but it's really good. Chili powder is always a good option to keep around for a taco blend. And then, you know, your pumpkin pie spice if you're doing sweet stuff. I do like adding crushed red pepper to some things. And I am a big fan of this freshly ground peppercorn medley grinder. I think it tastes like it has cilantro seeds in there or something, but I really enjoy this. It's way better to me than just plain old black pepper, so that's what I get. And I don't have the white Slap Your Mama, so I'm actually gonna try this no salt Cajun seasoning. Creole cuisine seasoning. So I'm gonna add this one to my cart today. And again, some people don't even allow things like green beans on keto. I do. Again, it just fit it into my day. I don't care if they're actually beans and legumes. Doesn't matter to me as long as the carb count's low. And until I moved, I was keeping canned green beans with me. I mean, I just ate them up before I moved, but it's great to keep these in your pantry. You know, if you couldn't get to the grocery store one night and you're hungry and you come home and you have, you know, things to put together, but you have no fresh food, canned green beans, you know, canned vegetables. Great option. Any type of raw veggie is going to be a great snack idea. I really do just like munching on some raw green beans. Celery is great, maybe even radish coins. And I am a fan of just raw sliced eggplant. I'm an eggplant fiend. But honestly, one of my favorite raw vegetable snacks is just plain old button mushrooms, and I can just eat a whole thing. But they're so filling, and again, they have so little nutritional content that you barely even have to log it. So raw, non-starchy vegetables are a great option. Okay, so a lot of people are gonna say you should not eat carrots on keto, but you know what? They actually don't have that bad of a nutritional value. They're not that high in carb. It's kind of like if you want to eat tomatoes or not. It's just gonna depend on your approach and what you can fit into your day. I've eaten carrots on keto and I lost a lot of weight doing that, so it's just up to you. So it's however you want to approach it. So I used to do a lot of hot dogs and sausages, and sauerkraut is a great condiment. It adds a bit of bite. The acidity of the sauerkraut kind of cuts through that fat just to add different dimensions to the tastes. So if you're a sauerkraut fan, definitely keep this in your fridge. Now I'm a huge fan of canned meats. Oh man, I've eaten so much canned tuna and the pouches too. That's my favorite one. But I am really loving, and this has been in a lot of my recent videos, this canned corned beef here by Food Lion. One of my favorite things, one of my favorite snacks. I like to eat it with cheese. So definitely keep canned meats around. Canned tuna, 0 carbs. This corned beef I think has 1 gram of carb per 56 grams of weight, so a very good keto option. And again, it's great to have around if you worked late and you didn't have time to go to the grocery store. Well, do you want to go and tempt yourself with fast food, or do you want to have some easy keto staples that you know are at home and are waiting on you? So when I was a very broke grad student, I subsisted for about 2 months off of this brand of summer sausage and this Bridgeford brand of pepperoni. And it lasted me a long time, that and some string cheese. So always good to have around. It'll last a long time, and it's really tasty and fatty, so it keeps you fuller for longer. And in the same vein as the canned beef and the sausages, deli meats are always great to have around as a snack option, especially like after school or after work. Again, just make sure that they're not too sugary. Also pickles. I'm not in the pickle section where they have a great selection right now, but I keep so many pickled vegetables around, and they also are very nutritionally light, so they do not affect my day much at all, but they're great filling snacks and they have lots of flavor. If you just want something, eat a pickle. So a lot of people on keto do nuts. I like peanuts. You know, again, people say, but that's a legume, and I say, well, it's not that different from an almond nutritional wise, and that's what I count. That's what I basically care about, is the carbs, and these are usually 3 to 4 net grams of carbs per 28 grams. So it depends on what you fit in your day. Lots of people do almonds. I do these because they're way cheaper. These are like 1/3 the price. But if you allow nuts, just be sure not to overdo it. Remember, these are a very low volume but high calorie food. So if you eat a whole can, you know, you're eating like 3,000 or 4,000 calories. So it's not one you just want to sit around and snack on. You want to eat it intentionally. And I love these type and brand. I had to dig. I was a little worried that they were all gone, but I found myself too. So. But walnuts, macadamias, pecans especially are really great. They're basically all fat and fiber, so they're about 1 net gram of carb per serving. So just look at the nutrition, find the one that you think tastes best and one that's not too carby. But one of the ones that you probably want to avoid are cashews. Cashews are big offenders. They come in at like 7 to 8 net grams of carbs per serving. 8 for this one. So usually try and avoid cashews. Use them very, very sparingly. I know that they're real good. I like them too. But yes, use them sparingly. I used to not be much of a coffee drinker before I started keto, but like the first day, I actually had a full day of keto. I had my first like big espresso, and I've been drinking coffee ever since, and now I just drink it black. I used to put cream in it and sweetener, but now I'm a black coffee drinker. This 90% cocoa from Lindt, oh man, I have eaten that for so long, ever since I very first started my keto journey. It holds a place in my heart because it's so nostalgic almost. And this 86% is also pretty good as well. Now the reason I use the Lindt when I started out, not something like Lily's or even like the Russell Stover sugar-free, is because I didn't know starting out that you could subtract sugar alcohols. So I saw nutritional information like this and I was like, whoa, for 40 grams that's still a lot of carbs, even if you're subtracting out the fiber. But for example, 30 grams of the Lindt came out to about 4 net grams of carbs. So I wasn't aware that you could subtract out those sugar alcohols. So I just saw this and said it looked like the best one. Heavy whipping cream, always great to have around. I like to make cream sauces, which you've seen in my cooking for beginners videos. You can also whip it up with some stevia sweetener and make like a nice whipped cream treat for after dinner or something like that. And you can put it in coffee. I mean, this is what I started putting in my coffee. 1 tablespoon is about 50 calories. Well, this one's 45, and about 1 net gram of carbs. So add that to your coffee in the morning with some stevia if you are a coffee drinker and you miss your creamers and things. Well, I walked all this way to find an empty aisle, but I forgot to show you eggs. Keep eggs around. You know, you can eat them salty. You can scramble them. You can fry them. You can make an omelet. You can make a sweet omelet or pancake. Eggs are great. Now do notice that for the majority of this video I walked around the outside limit of the grocery store, and there's a reason for that, because when you go keto you're going to eat a lot fresher food, just because naturally most processed foods have lots of carbs in them, whether it be breading or things like that. So you're mostly going to stick to the outer limits of the grocery store. I only came into these aisles a couple times, like for the dressing, the seasonings, and the nuts. So just keep that in mind. If you're not sure what you should get, definitely stick to fresh foods. Okay, I'm about done shopping. I am gonna go to my house and I'm going to show you what I keep in my pantry, because it's definitely different from what I've shown you here. Like I said, things change, but that's how I started out. Now let's go see how things are different. Here we are. This is basically my shelf in the fridge. My chicken is thawing there. But yeah, as you can see, I love cheese. And I'm pretty good for now. I have some basil. It wasn't that great. I prefer the fresh stuff. Some Spanish olives. I got my vinaigrette and my buffalo ranch, some garlic, more cheese, more of that mozzarella because I'm doing my caprese salad and chicken. There's that heavy whipping cream. I used that for a sauce a couple weeks ago. And my lemon juice. And then here's where I keep all my spices. Again, I just have what I brought since I'm moving. It's not all of them at the moment, but I do have my canned corned beef ready to go. Well, folks, that's about it for today. I know it's pretty echoey. These ceilings, not very video friendly. I mean, they're pretty and I enjoy them, just, you know, not great for video sound. But I just wanted to share with you the staples that I use, especially in the beginning and throughout my weight loss, that I kept with me in my refrigerator and in my pantry. And those are just some ideas and some tips that maybe if you are looking for what you might need to stock up if you're starting keto, there you go. If you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to like and subscribe. That would help me out so much. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'll link all that down below. Yes, my website's down. I'm going to try and work on it this weekend. I'll let you know when it's back up. Thank you. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Allie. Have a good one. Bye.